All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by Austin North, who plays Topper in Outer Banks. Outer Banks comes back February 23rd, and we are obviously super excited, and I bet you are excited as well.
I'm very, very excited. We are having our first premiere for the show as well. Everybody, all the creators and actors, everyone's going to be in one place. My whole family's going to be there, and I'm very excited. It's this Thursday.
Wow,
so
wow.
soon.
Guess we missed the invite to that again. Once again, we are left out.
I can make a few phone calls.
Is it in LA?
Okay. That's really exciting.
In LA, yes.
Won't be able to make it. That's all right. That's all right.
We're a New York-based podcast.
That's on the red eye.
That is really, really exciting, though. I'm actually. The first season came out during, while everyone's on lockdown, so it makes sense that there was no premiere. But now this is the third season, which is crazy to think about. Time has gone by so fast. What do you think has changed the most since, the first time you guys filmed this show and now? I mean, it really took off.
Yeah, it's something special, and I don't take it for granted. Didn't really hit us, exactly like you said. It came out during COVID, and we're all kind of in lockdown. And the first time I went outside was a long time after the show came out. I went to Destin, Florida, and I was out in public, and the response from fans was pretty wild. I was like, this is, my life has changed a little bit, but it's very cool, just to give the people a show to watch, to kind of have that sense of escape. And during that weird time when we're all just like, what in the world's going on, it was and now we're here, and I'm very fortunate to be working with these people for 3 seasons now. It doesn't happen to an actor that often, and it's just a great group of people. We have a lot of fun, and we film in Charleston, South Carolina, so I'm lucky.
Yeah, I think that's, one of the main, besides the show being great, another main reason why people were so attracted to the show was your guys' cast chemistry. And, it really shows online and, social media how close you guys are and how much fun you have, and then it translates to the screen because you guys can kind of pick up on that chemistry while watching it. And you mentioned going out in the public after being on lockdown for so long and realizing the fans, and I think that you guys noticed that while filming too, right? Like were people just showing up to the filming sites?
Yeah, I think it hit us second season. Obviously the show was out, we're back in Charleston, and I mean, it was crazy for me. I was at the airport, and I met 2 girls coming in from, I think it was London, just to see where we filmed, the different locations. And everyone, that lives in Charleston, like we're filming in different neighborhoods and just kind of all over. Everyone's been very welcoming and allowed us to make this show happen with all this beautiful scenery and whatnot. So yeah, we didn't really know, I think, going into it first season, what was going to happen, what the show was going to be, reading the scripts. It's like, wow, this is a lot to kind of pull off. We don't really know what's going to happen. But I think the writers and the producers have done an amazing job with the story and the characters, and new characters coming in this season. The stakes are higher. We just keep kind of doing this each season.
Yeah, that's, every time we watch a new trailer for a new season, we thought it second season, now we're thinking it third season. It's like, how do they come up with this stuff? What is happening? But
new treasure.
Yeah, there's always something. But we've gotten to talk to a lot of your cast, and it's been so exciting to hear everybody's story on how they got involved with the show. So how did you originally get involved with Outer Banks?
Yeah, it's funny. I know some of my other cast members had auditioned for each other's roles. I think Chase auditioned for Topper, and it was just kind of I'd only went in for Topper. I went into the first audition and then heard back a little bit later. I did a call back over Zoom with our producers and writers. And I guess the callback went pretty well because I got a call the next day, I think it was, to get to Charleston. So I literally packed my bags, 2 bags, and just bounced for, 5 or 6 months, however long we were filming. Not really know what I was getting myself into, who my castmates were. I was the last one there, so they already had kind of some chemistry that they had all been hanging out a little bit. I think they did a night at the chateau and kind of hung out. So I was like kind of the new guy on the block. They're all like, who is this kid? I was wearing a Fortnite t-shirt when I met him. They're all just like judging the heck out of me. But we all immediately clicked. And yeah, like you said, we've become very close and truly grateful for the experience.
So sounds like it was a pretty quick time. Like it was just not a long elaborate story. It was like you were the last guy in.
I was the last guy in, last minute, which I love. Love the adventure. It was exciting.
Yeah, and now so Topper is a polarizing character, I would say, and I think what is crazy about these shows, when they get the massive fan response, people have a hard time removing the character from the actor. How has that been for you? Like, do people kind of give you a hard time for being Topper?
It has happened quite a bit. It's but it's awesome. I'm like, I guess I'm doing my job all right because I'm a nice guy. But I'll be out in Charleston, which is a big college town. A lot of frat bros will come up to me and just think I'm my character, I'm Topper, and then will like dab me up. We'll get to know each other.
They think you want to join the frat if they think you're Topper.
Join the frat, yeah. They want the perks of like a kook,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've definitely had those moments where people are just like judging me based off my character, which is fine. I'll deal with it.
Yeah.
How often are you now dealing with the eyes in public where people are like looking at you and they're like whispering? They're like, is that him?
Is that?
I think it's him.
It happens quite a bit.
They're holding up the pictures on the phone. They're pointing. They're like, I think it's him.
And you can always tell when people are doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I see you. I'm looking. But I love meeting the fans in general, but it does happen a lot in Charleston. Obviously, it's just a hot spot. I have my blonde highlights in. I'm just a walking target. At that point, I'll just be like taking a jog down the road and people are like, Top. But yeah, it's been cool. It's now fun that the world has opened up and we get to do these different events. We have this Pogelandia event coming up on Saturday with Khalid and Lil Baby, all these different things, and it'll be fun to meet the fans.
I saw that. I thought that was really cool. Interesting and a really cool idea. It's just something I've never seen for a show before.
Yeah, it's going to be in Huntington Beach, right there on the beach. It says no kooks allowed, but they sent me an invite.
I'm sure a couple will slip in.
Yeah, it'll happen.
What can you tease about this season coming up? We've seen trailers. And is there anything to be said about a Sarah, Cameron, and Topper reunion of sorts?
Find the balance of what I can say. Yeah, I think let's just start from the end of season 2. Sarah's kind of made a promise, for Sarah and Topper to kind of hang out and see where things are going. And then all of a sudden she's gone. She's left the island. So I think this season just picks up. Like Topper's just in shock that she's back on the island. She's okay. She's alive. Everything's good. So I think, the immature high school drama is kind of out the window. It's just like, Topper's just like, I'm glad you're okay. And then there's some moments where, Sarah definitely asked for some favors from Topper using his resources, which eventually he's helping the Pogues, which I think is some character development. He's essentially helping John B, going out of his way, putting his emotions aside, is a little more selfless, I would say, in this season. So yeah, there's some fun adventures with the Pogues in this season. And I just think all those emotions definitely come back, and that kind of that chemistry between the two from, when they met in high school, you'll get to see a little more of that. But overall, the stakes are higher. Topper's definitely out of his comfort zone a little more in this season, maybe breaking the law a little bit. His mom's definitely, gonna give him a call, and she's like Cruella de Vil in my opinion. I think she's pretty brutal on the guy. So you'll see some moments with Topper and his mom as well.
I think we saw that character development happening a little bit in the second season, and I think we saw that kind of reaching this point now in the third season. Was there a point in the first season where you were jealous a little bit, like, man, those people look like they're having fun, and you're just like kind of on the outside looking in?
Yeah, no, for sure. And it was hard for me because it's like Topper, he's not a horrible guy. I mean, essentially,
he's not Rafe.
Yeah, he's not raped. I mean, essentially, like Sarah went off, all of a sudden she's with John B, and Topper, out of love, was just like, angry and controlling and all these different things, which pushed her away even more. So I think third season, he knows what pushes her away. He's just kind of more humble and just welcoming and just wants her to be okay and have a good time. So there's a little reunion with the Kooks, a little bonfire action going on again, which is fun.
We know there's there's so many fan accounts and people support different pairings and couples and they want different people to couple up. We know that the Sarah and John B stands exist. Are there Sarah and Topper stands? Do you see them? Have you seen them on the internet?
I have seen them. It doesn't come often. I definitely think there's more John B. Sarah, but they're out there. There's people that are really rooting for Topper, which I understand. I'm not just saying that because I play him, but on paper, he's not a horrible guy.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're really excited for the season and to see what happens. But on an Austin basis, like, what is really been like the acting bug for you? I know that you were involved with some Disney stuff, and I think that's always so fascinating because, everybody's a big fan of all their shows. And when you get to talk to somebody that's been on the inside, you can ask what it was like doing those shows.
It was a lot of fun. It was amazing training as well, because you have a lot of lines, a lot of stuff thrown at you because you're filming an episode a week, essentially. It was an episode within 5 days. So it was great training just as a young actor. But literally, I just did a movie with Dylan Sprouse, who, was on Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. And he's literally the reason I got into the industry. Let me just tell a story real quick. My sister was we're living in Georgia. My sister was at the mall and saw Dylan's face on a little poster for like an acting showcase. And she wanted to be an actor, puts her name down, puts my name down. Didn't even know this. My mom starts getting phone calls about the showcase, forces me to do it just to kind of break out of my shell and get up on stage, whatever. And literally ended up falling into the industry that way, doing commercials, and then eventually came to LA and got a theatrical agent, all because of this guy, Dylan Sprouse. And that was definitely like, I remember writing down on paper kind of goals and things that I wanted to do. And Disney was always a dream, doing the Mickey Mouse ears. That was something I'd always seen growing up. I was like, that'd be so cool to do. And when that moment came, it was very surreal. And then sharing that story with Dylan when we're filming was, it was funny. We've become very close.
That's awesome. That's really cool. And that's every young kid actor's dream is to end up on Disney, especially, growing up watching Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. How was it removing yourself from the Disney way of acting to something else? Because obviously it's a little bit different.
No doubt. It's very different. The transition was interesting. I literally, it was a long grind, but maybe like 3 years of just being on set and not really having the time to be in acting class and working on the more dramatic side of things. So after Disney, I went right back into class and really just tried to push myself and expand myself. And eventually, Outer Banks came through, but Disney definitely gave me a lot of training on the comedic end and the timing, and it now just comes very, very naturally. And there's moments in Outer Banks, definitely third season, where Topper has some more comedic bits, which I get to play around with, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love the comedic parts of Outer Banks. I think that's what makes the show great, is that there's like drama and everybody loves the teen drama, but then some of it is also very funny.
It is. And I think, us all being so close as friends and having our inside jokes allows us that freedom to just improv and do whatever.
What's the cast group chat look like? Like, are you guys all in one together? Who's making the most jokes?
Is there separate ones? Because we know everyone has that. There's there's
always the big
chat,
one, and there's the little
like the side ones.
we got a couple different ones. We do have our main cast group chat. I remember we were just recently doing press, and we were all just kind of feeling very, very fortunate and grateful, and all just kind of sharing those emotions over text recently. But yeah, I have my own like group chats with each different person. I was just with Madison Bailey at the Super Bowl, and I was just hanging. I kind of just like bounce around from group chat to group chat. it gets interesting.
Yeah, definitely fun. Who's creating like the biggest like who's the jokester on set? Who's making everybody laugh the most?
It's just a collective. It's just obnoxious, but we know when it's time to work, let's get down to business. But when we're not filming, it's very just comedic and fun on set. I'd say JD's always down to just rip it, just start doing jokes and bits and freestyle rapping, whatever it is. Rudy's probably in a tree somewhere. Drew's probably, in character, just staying in character. Maybe don't want to talk to him sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. The time really does fly by on set because we're just all so close, and lots of stories, lots of inside jokes.
Yeah, that's I think one of everybody's favorite things too, is when the season finally does come out. That's when you guys all share a little bit more on social, the behind the scenes and the videos and the pictures, and we get to see a little bit of what's going on when you guys are hanging out. So that's very cool. So you have a lot of saved like photo album ready to go that you'll be like, once things are out, these are going up.
Got some content. Got some, we call it tomfoolery. We got some of that stuff in the archives for sure.
I'm sure that makes everybody very excited to see. I think that seeing this cast for another season, you want to know like what could possibly be left for these guys to get stuck in. When a season ends, when people are on a deserted island, it's like, what could happen from here? But we're excited to see, and you guys are all waiting for them to come back. Perhaps like, how hard is it to keep these secrets? Like, do you tell your family members what's happening, or do you really not tell anybody?
I really try to keep it hidden. I do. My mom's always asking, my dad's always asking. I'm like, why spoil? Like, guys, you're into the show. Just wait for it to come out. But it is hard. I do have fans coming up all the time, like, what's happening to John B's dad and this and that. I'm just like, you're February 23rd.
Yeah.
February 23rd.
How do you plan on watching this season? And have you seen any of it?
I sure have seen some of it. First season, it was just Drew and I. Drew came over and we binged the whole thing. This year, I don't know. Honestly, I don't have a plan. Yeah, probably get some of the gang together and watch it. It is a time commitment, but
it is. It's a time commitment that we all commit to.
Yeah.
For the past 2 seasons.
the lack of sleep, you gotta just binge it.
You gotta start right in the morning and just go through all the way to the night.
Yeah. It's a 24-hour experience. It absolutely is.
It sure is.
Now that we know that it is February 23rd, everybody went back because Madeline kind of spoiled it accidentally. When she did that, how hard of a time did you guys all give her?
Oh my God. I just bursted out laughing. I was just like, wow, she just did that. All right. Well, here we are. What do we do now? It's just like, of all people though, Maddie Klein's the one to do it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
For sure.
And you know what? We were all going to find out eventually.
Yeah. It was gonna happen.
The show was going to come out.
It's all good.
Exactly. It's a very good point. Now, you're obviously very involved with Outer Banks. Is there anything that you're watching right now that you're like, wow, I would love to be on that show or a part of that franchise?
Shark Tank. Get me on Shark Tank.
You got a big idea?
Do you have an idea or as a shark?
I do have a couple ideas. I can't share them.
Yeah, don't share them. Do not. People will steal them.
Yeah. But I would love, that is definitely a dream of mine. I know that's very different. Love to be on Shark Tank. Definitely.
That's a great answer.
And entrepreneurship. So maybe we'll make that happen at some point. I've also been watching White Lotus. I'm very behind it. I should be done with it by now. So
come on. You got to catch up on that.
That hasn't been spoiled for you yet?
No, surprisingly.
That's shocking.
That's crazy.
That's shocking.
You should finish it before it does.
I think that's my plan today.
Or you should, I was going to say finish it before this interview comes out, because people love nothing more than when they hear that you've never been spoiled, to send you a DM and be like, oh, what? You
didn't see this?
You haven't seen this happen yet? And you're like,
say it, guys.
I literally just told them I didn't finish yet.
love it. I mean, I'm that guy sometimes. It's fun.
You get excited.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I want to share.
well, White Lotus is definitely a good one because the cast is always changing. So,
That's true. That is true. Definitely an all-time favorite is like Ozark and Bloodline, which 2 Netflix shows, which I think remind me a little bit of Outer Banks. So yeah, I don't know what's next after White Lotus. Any suggestions? You guys got anything good?
We're always watching something. I don't know what we're kind of in a.
Ever since the White
Are
Lotus
you watching?
ended,
Are you watching The Last of Us?
I keep hearing about this.
Yeah, that you have to watch.
Okay, done.
Yeah,
done.
100%.
Have you watched Succession?
No.
Oh, Succession
Oh
is
my
one of the
gosh.
best shows of all time.
Yeah,
Like, that is-
those are 2 great ones.
2 seasons out already. 3rd season, I think they just teased that it's coming soon. One of the best shows ever. That's my number 1 suggestion is Succession.
Got it.
And Last of Us is on right now, so you only have to catch up on like 5 episodes.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Both HBO, so you know that they're great.
Yeah.
I'll catch up.
Exactly. Netflix wise, I've been watching the last Cobra Kai, which I haven't watched yet.
Go.
I love Cobra Kai is like
I've missed the last couple seasons of that.
guilty pleasure of Cobra Kai.
That show's blown up.
Yeah, it did. It definitely did. But we will be glued to our TVs for Outer Banks season 3 by far. We can't wait. I know that it's going to be crazy. I think I'll ask, and then this is a question we always ask, but what's one word to describe season 3?
That's impossible. How about like 3 words?
3. We'll take 3.
Suspense, funny, romantic.
Ooh. Those
3
are
of our
all
favorite things.
Those are 3 of our favorite things.
Pretty, yeah.
Makes up a perfect show.
It does.
You guys are in for a treat.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait. Thank you so much for popping on here and talking with us, Austin. And February 23rd, we'll all be tuned in.
Season 3.
Thank you guys for watching and supporting the show. We're very excited.
Of course. Season 4, keep Rhea in mind. We're really trying to get her on the show.
I've stopped. I've stopped trying.
But
I'll put in a good word. I got you.
I'm sure.
Chase said the same thing.
Do you know the story of what happened last time?
Chase said the same thing.
What? Did he empty promises from Chase?
Chase was like I kept saying, literally was trending on Twitter, #get Rhea on Outer Banks. And, Chase was like, yeah, I'm going to put it in, whatever. Then season 2 comes out and Chase is like, I actually did meet with the director, about you for a part. And I was like, what? I didn't believe him. And then a radio host tweeted at me and was like, Chase was just in our studio and we asked him about you and he told us which role was supposed to be yours. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, why would they even say that? And so now I've just given up.
It's did you audition?
No, I said I would audition. I'll do anything.
Not audition.
I would love to. I would throw me an audition. I'll fucking blow their socks off.
I'll get you an audition.
She's a child actor. She's done the process.
I have been in the process for a long time.
Now we're screaming at him.
I'm sorry. I'm screaming at you. But I'm telling you, I've been on hundreds of auditions in my life, and just give me the audition. I'm sorry.
All right, I'll get you the audition.
That's it.
Chase can't even make that happen.
No, I know. I'm not just asking for a handout. I'm asking for an audition.
Austin, if things work out in Rhea's favor, thanks to you, this podcast may become a topper stand podcast, which would really benefit. We have a lot of pull.
We will start making sweatshirts. I would die for Topper.
Yeah,
scratch the John B ones. We're getting rid of those.
Topper is looking for love. Topper is looking for someone that really truly cares about him.
That sounds perfect.
You may be fit for that.
Maybe.
Amazing.
I'll audition.
Amazing. All right. Austin, thank you so much. Even our brief, I'm glad we threw it in there.
I know. And I really tried to hold it in. I wasn't going to say anything, but Fran, you brought it up.
I know.
Right?
So
everyone brought it up.
She brought it up.
Fired up. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You saw the passion came out.
Exactly. That's just
you really want the role. I'll put in a good word.
That's how much we love the show. All right. Thank you so much, Austin.
Thank you so much.
And hopefully we'll talk soon.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. So nice meeting you. Thank you.